There is an opportunity right out there in your field, waiting for you to tap into a brand new industry, to change the way the world looks at energy production. When you look at your field, you're looking at an opportunity to shape the world of agriculture for generations to come. Project Liberty, a joint venture between POET and Royal DSM, is one of the first commercial-scale cellulosic ethanol plants in the country, and we're ready to change the world. We just need people like you to join us. By utilizing cobs, leaves, husks, and stalks, Project Liberty's process has the potential to not only create new jobs and increase income, but to help you remain a faithful steward to the land.
It's twofold in my mind to the farmer. It provides another revenue source, and it's a residue management plan for them.
We're really getting into a yield environment right now. I believe that we need to deal with this above ground biomass. If we can remove a quarter of it or a third of it, this is really going to take the stresses off of the tillage equipment. There's a lot of innovative tillage tools out there to help deal with it, but I think it's better to avoid the problem than to try to figure out an expensive way to deal with it. So by removing some of the biomass, we can make it a profit instead of a loss.
In this process, it seems different to people, but it's no different than back in the days when we picked the corn in the ear, we hauled it to the corn crib, we shelled the corn, we took the cobs and put them in a pile, or we put them in a wagon and took them to the cattle lot for the cattle to lay on. And the shuck pile was usually burned.
Back when my dad was starting to farm, my grandparents and those type of things, they talked about plant population, and they were planting 20,000 or 22,000 seeds per acre. Today we're planting 34, 35, 36, and sometimes more seeds per acre. There's a lot more residue out there to be taken. We're taking a very small portion of our biomass off.
Based on years of study and research, POET DSM recommends removing 20 to 25% of field residue, as opposed to the 40 to 65% removed in a conventional harvest model. This ensures that the surface of the ground remains blanketed with a large majority of the residue for erosion control and nutrient replacement. As corn yields continue to increase, so will the overall amount of residue collected. But the removal rate of 20 to 25% will remain constant.
We continue to see increasing yields where we've sustainably removed stover from the in growers' fields, especially in high-yielding corn.
I think it'll allow us to go into more of a conservation mode. As this project evolves, I think we'll have less tillage and more maybe conservative methods of tillage and those type of things.
Growers working with POET DSM use the easy bale collection process. With easy bale, stalk stompers or rollers are added to the corn heads to prepare the windrow base and break the stalk's integrity. The field is combined with a traditional combine, but without using the chopper and spreader. This allows the biomass material to fall out of the combine in a windrow that can be easily baled. This residue can then be collected with a standard round or square baler within a few days following grain harvest. Depending on the grower's contract, the bales are either delivered to the plant immediately or stored by the grower and delivered at a later date. The easy bale process saves fuel by not using the chopper and spreader and may save steps in the tillage program. Easy bale is a residue management solution that can actually benefit corn yields on corn acres.
I think POET DSM, their collection approach has been very conservative from a sustainability point of view. Our results have shown that in most cases there was almost no reduction in yield from removal, and in some cases there will be actually an increase in yield from removal, and we've seen up to 5 to 7% increase.
Years back when we collected stover, we would rake it, and we would take, in many cases, we would take all the stover off of the entire farm. This allows us to take a lower rate off of each farm to collect the cobs and the husks without making that extra trip of cutting the stalks and raking the stalks. It allows either a custom operator or yourself to just come in right behind the combine and start baling stalks. Overall, I just think it's a very simple, positive process.
Your farm isn't just a plot, it's your legacy. Cellulosic ethanol is a chance to create new opportunities to keep your land profitable now and for future generations. And it's a chance to keep your community vibrant.
It's also not only a revenue stream for our producers, for our farmers, it's also a revenue stream for your communities.
Thanks to the opportunities created by biomass collection, an entire industry has sprouted in the Emmetsburg area, benefiting both producers and custom operators.
For somebody to get into actual farming right now is difficult, but for them to get on the ground level of cellulosic is huge. It's a huge opportunity for them to basically create their own business. We've not had that opportunity before, especially for young people trying to come back to the community. This is a chance for them, for the fathers to bring back the kids when they graduate from college and get them started in something that's up and coming and is only going to grow.
If you have 1,000 acres of corn, and if you are willing to utilize stuff you already have, the money you generate off of that is more than a good job would pay for a young person to come back to farm. I really think there is a value to managing that residue on your farm. And you get paid to do it besides, so can't beat that.
It's literally creating businesses related to agriculture, so it strengthens agriculture as a whole. It's a huge economic impact in this area.
It's affected farmers, obviously, but it's also affected the whole community and brought in additional revenue.
I think every farmer should look at it and at least consider if it fits their operation.
Innovation has always been at the heart of agriculture. By joining Project Liberty, you'll be at the forefront of a brand new industry and a new era of ag.
What I'd say to guys who aren't sure what to do, just try it, try a field, try an early one and see what happens, and you'll probably be surprised at how well it works.
You can grow your operation. You can grow your community. You can grow your country's role in worldwide energy production.
Exciting, gutsy, innovative.
We're the forefront of where our next generation of ethanol is coming from, and that's pretty cool.
A world-changing opportunity is waiting in your field. Will you seize it?